Thought Cops, the only podcast where every week we police the mean streets of the internet because, hey, somebody's got to do it, and then we let you be the judge, the jury, and the executioner in the court of public opinion. Coming to you live from Neo Chicago, I am Officer Kevin.
Oh, hello, Officer Kevin. I am Luigi. You know, everybody's favorite little scaredy cat, taller brother of Mario, Luigi. How's everybody doing today? It's me, Luigi.
You see, you sound a little bit more like, you sound more like Mario to me.
No, this is I'm from Brooklyn. This is how we talk in Brooklyn. What?
And you're gay now?
Gay? Why does everyone keep saying that? No, I'm just regular Luigi. Why does everyone...
Nice of the princess to invite us over for a picnic, eh, Luigi?
Whoa. Why is it gotta be regular? Why straight regular?
Yeah, Grant.
Damn, you actually got me on that one. That's good. You're right.
Well, let's give a warm welcome to our guest this week. We have with us Srirancha. Welcome back, Srirancha.
Straight Srirancha. Thank you for having me back. I love being on Thought Cops.
I know it's been a while since we've had a solo Sirancha appearance. I thought we were overdue because you are the co-host of the Loudest podcast, which we've been on, Darkside Jills, which we've also been on. So here we are today on Thought Cops. How's everything going with all of... How many shows you guys doing? Because you got Christery as well, right?
Yeah, I think that's three total for me.
1, 2, 3. Oh, you're right. Holy crap.
Counting Darkside Jills. We have to get you on for another episode. That was great.
I love that.
Oh, for sure.
I think the loudest podcast had started off as the Asterios Podcast Factory. And then people kept telling Asterios, no, you can't keep doing more podcasts. You got to do just one. Just do the one. And then he started doing the one. And then he's like, and also... we got a couple other shows, and it's like, more shows? Whoa!
What's it like to have so many shows?
I lose track of them frequently, and I just wake up in the morning. Nico has to chase me down every month. Nico is actually really good, believe it or not, with scheduling. I'm terrible at it.
I was going to say, I thought it was the other way around.
No, that's what you think.
That's how I always
actually
imagine. Well, how about that? So, for those who are uninitiated, could you please give a brief elevator pitch of all of the many shows that you do, all three of them?
Okay, well, my name is Srirancha. You can find me at The Loudest Podcast, theloudestpodcast.com. It's kind of just like a show me and Asterios do. We talk about BuzzFeed, we talk about the Try Guys, we talk about the Big Bang Theory. That's pretty much it. Just all those the good stuff things. Like that. Yeah, just those three things over and over and over again.
Oh yeah, you guys are Big Bang Theory apologists, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked.
Can you say one try to convince us here. Can you say one nice thing about Big Bang Theory and see how, it bounces off of us?
Okay, when you're imagine this, close your eyes and imagine you're on your way to vacation. And you're on an airplane and you have no more work to do. Everything is done. Everything is paid for. You close your eyes and what's on the screen on the Delta airline in front of you? It's a random episode of The Big Bang Theory from 7 years ago. It's just, it's got a weird nostalgia factor. If you really
Kevin's
think about it.
Kevin's holding a gun up to his head right now.
Well, Kevin, maybe just give it a try. You should give it a try. I have
seen a handful of episodes. I don't particularly like it, but you guys talk about a lot of I don't want to say trash TV, but I will. You guys talk about a lot of trash TV on that show you do over there. 90 Day Fiance. I know you guys love that. And perhaps the trashiest of all TV. From what I hear, you and Asterios have been watching season 20 of Family Guy or something.
Yeah, we started from the most recent Family Guy and went backwards because it's getting more and more anti-Semitic as we go back in time. Yeah, right?
Oh, wait, no. Are you saying it gets... Okay, the more you go back, yeah.
The more you go backwards.
Every clip I see from that show now, I'm just like... It's just like the goriest shock humor imaginable. It's like horrifying shit. I can't believe it exists.
Yeah, it's really disgusting nowadays. Like, there's a lot of blood in Family Guy. The most recent season, I mean.
They learned all the wrong stuff from Freddy Got Fingered.
It seems today that all you really do see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
It's like, where do those good old-fashioned values go?
Couldn't tell you.
Your turn, Grant.
Have you seen the Trump Guy episode yet? Have you been acquainted with the Trump? I know we talk about it all the time, but have you seen it yet?
No, what is that?
Peter Griffin fights Donald Trump. Like, he works for him in the White House, and they do like the chicken fight, the chicken brawl. They do that, but it's Donald Trump.
Oh,
he rubs some of his
cringy.
face makeup off. It's crazy.
Oh, you're going to love it. Asterios,
Yeah.
We were actually talking to Asterios about doing a live show with both of you in Chicago where we just sit on stage and watch that episode and do commentary.
That will be the only way I'll watch that episode. If I'm getting paid for it, that's how I'll watch that episode, is if I'm getting paid for it and half a bottle of Malort Deep.
Yes, and we can definitely make that happen because Grant and I, we watched that with Nico multiple times. Like that
It's like
that
upwards
first time,
of 10 times. I'm sick of it at this point, but we can't stop. It's high art.
That was on, like, say what you will about the actual show, but that was such a fun experience. Like when we were just like losing our fucking minds, like just like I just remember how that felt, and just like all of us just being like screaming at the craziest shit that you could ever fucking see on TV.
I mean, you guys have a 1-for-1 track record on recommending me media. I stopped in the middle of like an airplane ride to watch a Tamers. Like, I paid $50 for internet to watch a Tamers premiere on an airplane once.
Wait, for a second, I thought you just like switched from like Big Bang Theory, and the airplane also just happened to have old episodes of Tamers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah, no, Tamers 1, 2, 3. No, it was the episode with the premiere of the Halloween episode. I think it was about 3 years ago. I saw it was premiering, and I was about to run out of internet, so I had to redo it so I could watch the Pumpkin Bitches. I had to like hide it under my sweatshirt.
I would say that's money well spent. Just my opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to show up on someone's TikTok and someone's like, "Hey, I'm filming the person in the row in front of me watching. What is this? Sonic with huge ass cheeks? What? They're like basketball size big. What's going on with that? Why is this person watching this in public?
Is watching Sonic porn.
Just out in the open.
Sonic's pregnant? What's going on here?
Am I
Bartleby?
the asshole for watching pregnant Sonic porn?
Never.
On an 18-hour
The answer is always no. The answer is always no. But let's get to a little bit of a housekeeping of our own. If you're listening to this episode, you can watch it over at youtube.com/thoughtcops. Follow us on TikTok for creep videos of people on airplanes, or our episodes or clips from the show. You can just watch those. Rate us on Spotify and iTunes. Give us a 5-star review because I assume it helps us somehow.
Yeah,
and check out our Discord server. Scroll on down to the episode description. We have a lively community of people talking in there. We had a lot to say about the Mario movie today, which we'll be getting to that later. And you can let us know what you think about the Mario movie by joining the Thought Cops Discord server today.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyway, let's move on to some 2 minutes of hate, Grant.
Yeah, I forgot I wrote a whole thing last week. Let me see if I can get it this time. Before we get to this week's news stories, there's a little segment we like to do as a warm-up for the ensuing psychological warfare of the 24-hour news cycle, where each of us participates in a ritual observance called 2 minutes of hate, where we like to rage against any annoying trend and occurrence. You're right, Kevin, this is hard. Different annoying trends and occurrences we witness online. I also made that way too wordy, but I'm sticking with it. That's fine. It's good.
Well, you know.
It's good.
Okay, it's good.
All right. Yeah,
speaking
thank you.
of good things, let's talk about bad things for a moment here. My 2 minutes of hate this week is gifted child discourse. Like I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing people who are like 39 years old and like posting these memes about like the gifted child to whatever pipeline. And it's like, how the fuck are you still riding on the high that like you got put in the class for smart kids in second grade and then probably got bumped back down in third grade?
Yeah, what
That's
the
rough.
fuck? I have seen people talk about that. Like, they really attach themselves to the fact that they could, like, read a chapter books faster than everybody else when they were in third grade. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like, people always have, there was always the, stereotype of these people who peak in high school, like, oh yeah, these captain of the football team is never, can outlive his glory days. And then you have these nerds on Twitter who are just like still like chasing the high from second grade.
Peaked at the red table, didn't even make it to high school.
Jesus.
And I can't believe how many fucking, like I said, memes and just viral posts I see where it just people who are like way too old to still be talking about like being a gifted child. It's also like so self-congratulatory too. It's just like, oh, and also I'm really fucking smart. And I was really smart from a really young age.
Cool.
That has the same energy to me as those people that are like posting memes about excessive reading in childhood is a sign of like depression or something, because it does feel very self-congratulatory. Like, oh, look at me, I read more Magic Schoolhouse books than you.
That's like, I see like you mentioned like the depression thing. Like it's like the gifted child to depressed socialist Marxist pagan witch pipeline. It's just like,
oh, good.
You are
glad one of those exists.
That's just called mental illness. Back in my day, that's just what we called it.
Well, it still is. We just don't. It's not the verbiage we use any longer.
So I would say, good punishment for the people who listen. If you were a gifted child, that's fine. But if you're still talking about it and you're going on 40, this is for you. You have to. You get Billy Madisoned. We send you back to school, and we see how well you do. And it might be kind of surprising because you might see that you're not as smart as you used to be. Sometimes you go back to school and you're actually dumber because you forgot all the stuff you learned.
Yeah, show your daddy you're not a fool.
Yeah, I was trying to remember how the rest of that went, but I'm like, you know what?
Yeah. Well, that's the only other part, so.
Well, nobody does it like the Sandman.
Yep.
But, Srirancha, what is your 2 minutes of hate for us this week?
My 2 minutes of hate is people on Reddit that have child-free weddings and suck their own dick about it. If you don't know, Reddit people are obsessed with child-free weddings for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I in theory, I understand, but it's, you don't throw, people are always like, oh, you're the bride, you should get exactly what you want on your wedding day. Like, you don't throw a party just for yourself. I feel like you throw it just as much for other people. And if you're going to have a child-free wedding, I feel like you should be damn sure that your guests either are going to have an option for childcare on site, or that they're going to have a place to just dump their kids. Because what else? Like, people on Reddit, if you read these threads, they're mad that kids just exist.
That's what I was thinking.
What do you want them to do with them?
It's like you want somebody to fly like across the country for your wedding. You're probably paying for the tickets, and then you also have to like pay a babysitter because somebody doesn't want to see a child when they're getting married. Like, what the fuck is that shit? What's going on over there?
Right. like, I get, okay, maybe you don't want kids to have to sit through your fucking Catholic ceremony, but, like, dump them in a Sunday school. Give a 15-year-old in your family $50, dump all the kids in a Sunday school room. There you go. That's, like, their afternoon. They win. They get to eat and don't have to sit and watch, like, their aunts and uncles get drunk. You have the kids out of the way, but no. These people are, and they're, like, proud of it. To the people I see on Reddit that have child-free weddings are, like, crusading for their right to have a child-free wedding. They're, like, so mean about it for no reason. Like, oh, I told my sister she better not come to this wedding if she brings their kids. And she was all like, why? What weird, sick joy do you get? Like, why are you so proud of the fact that you can't handle a couple of toddlers at a party?
Like, it's who's like, it's not the bride or groom's responsibility to watch the kids. So I'm wondering, like, what is the logic behind this? Because you mentioned, like, getting trashed and stuff. Like, is that what it is? Like, they don't want to, like, have to worry about, like, being drunk around kids? Or is it just a thing that you can post on fucking Reddit about and say that you had one?
Well, it's definitely one of that, but also, I think it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, but it's also like, I guess they don't want children to, like, scream or interrupt during their ceremony, which I don't know how much of that would happen. Yeah. Oh no. Also, I mean, this is like, I don't have children. I have cats. And I get that, like, they're both, you know, they're about equal, right?
Yeah.
Try and keep the cats from screaming.
Don't let Abby Shapiro hear you say that. She's fucking mad. She's fucking angry. She wrote, like, this whole big long video about why pets are not the same as babies. Like, anybody on Earth actually thinks that.
I absolutely think that, and the only reason I think that is because there's people that hold that opinion. But yeah, like, whatever. But yeah, there's like a weird thing, I feel like, especially in American culture, and I don't think that it necessarily exists, like, in other countries, but, like, the weird hard partitioning, like, with the way that we treat children and, like, what we expect from children, and that we all expect them to be, like, these savage monsters that just scream and piss their pants all the time, and so we, like, treat them like that. But because we treat them like that, they all act like that. And then you go to, like, a normal country and you, like, if you watch, like, a documentary of schooling in, like, France or the Netherlands or anything like that, the kids are all just, like, quiet, and they're just like little adults. And it's weird because I'm just used to seeing just, like, chaos. Like, I grew up as a child in chaos, and then you see children in other countries and you're just like, why are you guys just talking to me like you're normal people? Like, the amount of, like, friends my sister has, like, is like a tour guide / teacher, and she has friends from all over the world, and every once in a while we'll go to London and we'll meet up with whatever her friend is, and he'll bring, like, his 2 daughters with, and they're just like little adults. And it's like, what's with kids in this country that, like, every kid has, like, ADHD and they're all just, like, bouncing off walls and shit like that. And it's like I that's not in favor of, like, the child-free wedding shit. That's almost just like, I get why people are like that, but it's also feeding into, like, this weird, it's like perpetuating this idea that, like, children are just insane. I don't know.
Why does every kid have ADD? Why is it? I don't spend any time around children, but why do they all have ADD? Like, who doesn't have it? I mean, I don't have
probably
ADD.
Something to do with, like, sugar, or we're all getting poisoned slowly and more each generation.
I'm sure it's the fluoride. Yes, thank you. I was sure it was the fluoride in the water. Yeah, that's my 2 minutes of hate, and I think they should all be sentenced to everyone that's ever had a child-free wedding should have to sit for at least 100 years in purgatory, and the only people they can talk to is other people that have had child-free weddings.
Sounds awful.
But they're all in the bodies of toddlers. Yeah, but they're all also in the bodies of toddlers.
It's just weird, the things that people are, like, proud of online, you know?
It is.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Speaking of being proud, Grant, what is your 2 minutes of hate?
Oh, you can't call in Trump's America, you can't call a man proud right now. It's putting a target on my forehead. My 2 minutes of hate, we've probably talked about this. This has probably come up numerous times, but I have a different angle for it. I had like a existential crisis taking a shower one day, thinking about all the negative videos I see online, and I feel like, and this is inherently a negative show. You know, we start with 2 minutes of hate, and then it just goes downhill. And at the end, we're just like, "Oh, what's a cool thing you saw?" And we're like, "Oh, I saw the trailer for the Mario movie, and I hated it." And it's like, you know, whatever.
Well,
there's something to be said about that. And and I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like I'm one of the more negative people I know. Like, you put me in a group of people and I just like, I don't want to talk to people and I don't want to hang out with people. And I'm just inherently depressive and I don't want to like joke around and stuff. I'm just a negative person. And I think like, okay, I get that, and that I put out whatever energy into the world, and so be it. But I'm sort of grappling with it in my own way, and I have my own way of like doing things and saying things. And then I just like scroll through TikTok, and it's all just videos of people like screaming about their opinions about things. And I think that there's like a lot of injustice in the world, and that there's a lot of bad stuff. But it just feels like everything's just... Lately, like everyone's dunking on everybody. Everybody has the parlance of like a professor, like a higher learning professor. Everybody has to utilize the language of like actually the whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's like I think in my head, oh man, what's wrong with me? I did therapy for a number of years. I'm the way that I am. I know why I'm the way that I am. And then you look at like people who seem to be like normal, quote unquote, people, and it's just like the entire internet's just everybody being negative and screaming all the time. And it's just like, what's wrong with, same how I was talking about like children in other countries. It's like, is this just like also like the adults? Is it just like everybody's fucked up? Is society inherently sick? And that like we all feel the need to constantly just like bitch about things online and start fights, and then only argue with the people that are, you know, whatever, the one person that left a negative comment on your video. You got to start beef with them, and you do back and forth, and it's just like, man, or am I just creating this reality?
No, I think that is a real thing. I think that's a real thing, and I think it's because of the pandemic. Like the past 3 years, it has made everybody like so extremely online that the way that we interact with each other in all mediums is now fucked up. I think permanently, maybe. Yeah,
not everybody was supposed to be this way. Only some of us.
A very small population that was like not good at sports or school, and now it's everybody.
Exactly. Right, exactly. There is that aspect, and it does feel overwhelming. And I've probably brought this up on the show a number of times as a 2 minute of hate. It's sort of like an annual tradition, I feel like, at this point, where I just go, man, I can't deal with it anymore. I'm looking too deep into the void, and the void is looking back at me. And it is just one of those things where, like, that was the realization, just like, this is how fucked up I am in my head, and I know it, and I'm aware of it, and this is the energy that I think that I put out into the world, and I don't think that it's that bad. And then I watch everyone else, and it's just like, man, is everybody else feeling like worse than I'm feeling at all times? Like, because if that's true, that's like harrowing. The idea that like there's just millions of people out there that are all just like doing that bad is like terrifying.
Well, you know, Grant, you mentioned like negative videos. I seem to remember at one point on this show, you told me that you would fall asleep to like videos of like people fighting each other, like fight you.
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
What was it? You just call them fight videos, or was it like
fight videos?
Like
what
was
verbal
it like?
Fight physicals or physical altercations?
Yeah, physical altercations.
Oh, okay, great.
Like twitter.com/bestfights.
Oh, I love those. Yeah.
And you would put this on as sleep.
Well, I would just watch a number of different random videos to fall asleep to. That would be Because it's one of those things. I've had like pretty bad insomnia for a lot of my life. And I would just get addicted to my phone, just like scrolling through things. And you get that like adrenaline high from watching someone punch someone square in the jaw. And then you're like, yeah, I got to stay up and watch more of this.
Well, do you think there's a similar phenomenon with people who are watching others dunk on each other? It's like fight videos, but without the blood, I guess.
Like fight videos for pussies.
Yeah, truly.
Actually, I'm going to argue with you about unionization in the United States. Actually, they are good. It's like, where's the blood? When are you two gonna? No, because I'll
beat each other up or fuck already. Come on.
I think that the juxtaposition doesn't work because now you're seeing a lot of internet personalities that have beef online that just like fight with each other back and forth that are now doing like professional boxing bouts and stuff like that, and it's like that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The
last positive space on the internet. The last positive space on the internet, Grant, is you need to, when you're feeling down about the world, check out any video on YouTube that is just 10 hours of one song on repeat and check out the comments. Those people are the happiest motherfuckers in the face of the planet because the only people that visit those videos are people that really, really like the song that's playing. So they'll sit there and like just write these big, long, loving diatribes to like the artist.
I don't know. You'll scroll far enough and you'll hit a slur or something, and like.
Well, yeah, that's gonna happen anyway. So that'll happen.
That's
on a
the
recipe.
thing. I don't want that happening
cookbook.
everywhere. I love the idea that like, oh, I don't want to see like a bunch of slurs all over like a random like YouTube comment section that people are like, well, that's just the free marketplace of ideas. It's like, just let me have one like positive thing, please. I just want one space. I want a safe space is really it. I want not the constant psychic barrage of hateful shit, because that's all. I feel like that's all it is. It's just like it starts off negative and then people respond to the negativity with negativity. It's fighting it's fighting fire with fire, and my punishment is that everybody gets a big Tesla brand flamethrower and just have it out, just burn each other alive. Then we can all rebuild society from the ashes of the phoenix.
Start over. Yeah.
Make sure you have Wi-Fi, though. You got to be connected to Wi-Fi to use it. Anyway, let's move on. If you haven't listened to Thought Cops before, every week we investigate the internet's outrage-inducing news stories and then sentence each perpetrator to a cruel and quite often unusual punishment. I wanted to bring in one thing that I saw on Twitter, a thread about Halloween, or I guess maybe October just in general. Let me see here. Because as we all know, it's the spooky month. You know?
We still doing that?
I guess so. But this guy's actually putting a stop to it. So I'm going to read at least part of this thread here, because this went around. It says, liking the month of October is not a fucking personality trait. Wish y'all would shut the fuck up while nobody gives a fuck about the month of October. Y'all just sit there and praise the fuck out of this month like it's the best month in the world when it's fucking not. Sometimes I wish some of you dumbass losers would fucking get lives, dumb nerds. No, this guy is like going in on October. I don't know if something happened to him.
A 10-tweet thread. Oh, there's more.
This is exactly what Grant was talking about, by the way. Like, why are you so fucking mad at October?
I mean, like we kind of we ironically said the whole spoopy thing, and it's like, okay, it's a little bit like
whatever.
Embarrassing on a small scale, but I also like, you know, God, you gotta find something to enjoy, you know. God damn.
Let people enjoy things.
I can't believe I just fell into that on my own.
Yeah.
But yeah, he says here there are personalities to find off the internet. Yet y'all sit here and grasp on any fucking thing you can find to make yourselves look different, and that shit is fucking pathetic. Sometimes it's okay to take a fucking break from this shit. I mean, I would say that's probably like, you know, maybe that's what this guy should be doing.
Yeah, taking a break from just the internet.
Yeah. Like I said, we've all had a laugh at the expense of this sort of, personality at some point. Do I like Halloween?
Sure.
Yes, I like Halloween. I like costumes. I like candy. I like the fall weather. Am I about to go, make it my whole thing? No. Do I want to kill people who do that? No. Also no.
This is like the
I like
thing
how
though.
that's a new thing. It's just sentencing people to death who like things that you don't like.
Yeah, pretty
Just
much.
on the internet.
Thought cops did it first.
That's true.
Real.
I do see this is like to an extent what I'm talking about, because it's like, again, I probably agree with the level of passion that this guy has towards it. Like, I'm sure that like I've regurgitated the sentiment in like normal conversation, just like, yeah, what the fuck? Oh, people that make October their whole personality. I'm sure that I've like reflected that, but it's like, it's a whole other thing to write a fucking diatribe, a manifesto on this, just put it out for the entire like world to see. Also,
You know
what's
what?
going
I'm
on
just-
in this guy's head?
I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm sick of people saying you're making this your whole personality. When I don't think that applies in many situations. Like, is anyone really making Halloween their entire personality? I don't think so.
No, just for October, I suppose. Also,
People
it is weird
just
that
like
he
Halloween.
yeah, he chose, like, let me see, I'm going to do a Control F for Halloween here and see if he even says it. Okay, he does say it once in the 10 tweet thread, but everything is like October this, October that. It's all about October. Fuck October. And I'll read one last tweet here. He says, "Deadass can't wait until you all get a fucking grip and realize none of this shit matters. Y'all don't go around saying spooky season in real life because everybody would laugh your ass the fuck out. They do the same fucking thing on the internet to all of you fucking losers."
Laugh you out of where? Twitter.com.
I wish that was possible.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
I'd be gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, like I said, I don't know if some traumatic thing happened to him.
He sounds
in
like he's
October.
having a bad day.
Yeah.
I think maybe his punishment should be go take a walk. It's nice outside. You got a cool,
Yeah, it's
crisp
beautiful.
breeze. Go
Hey,
plant
I got
some
one.
leaves. Go
and
get a
try-
pumpkin spice latte.
And try trick-or-treating if you get the chance. Anyway, let's talk about the Mario movie.
Okay.
We're all waiting for it. Sirancha, did you see the trailer?
No, was it good?
Are you living under a freaking rock? The trailer's been out for 3 hours. You haven't seen it yet?
No, I have not.
We can pull it up and we can watch it. Should we all pull
Yeah,
it up
let's
and
watch
watch
it.
it? All
Yeah.
right.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
And here's Bowser.
Wow.
Voiced by Jack Black.
Yeah.
Open the gates!
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, he's not doing his typical Jack Black thing, you know.
Thank God. I wonder if Bowser scats it off.
Oh boy.
Penguins are throwing snowballs at Bowser.
That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not.
And Bowser destroys their castle with his fire breath.
I
Hundreds
finally
of
found
penguins
it.
dead.
Now who's gonna stop me?
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Yeah, I just hear Chris Pratt.
Yeah. So
Yeah. What do you guys
That's
think?
I thought Bowser sounded pretty good.
yeah.
He did.
Is Chris Pratt not going to do the Italian accent?
No, and you know what? I don't mind it. I actually kind of like it because it's like it's kind of like a mix between like Mario and like remember like the old like the kind of give him like that Brooklyn accent a little bit, like from like the kind of like the cartoons and stuff.
The trash cartoons, the bad cartoons that everyone made
the
fun
horrible
of.
ones. Yes,
Oh,
but like
yeah.
I would be. Listen, I love Charles Martinet. You know, I know his voice. I love it. Hear him my whole life. But like, it would be like for a whole movie of like, wahoo, yippee, and like even hearing that voice like form a whole sentence.
I don't disagree with you, but also like I don't know. Couldn't they have done better than Chris Pratt? He sounds just like he did in the fucking Lego movie.
Yeah, he does have
Yeah.
a very generic voice.
He has no range.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that when this thing, like when they first announced the casting call for this movie, it was like the biggest thing on the internet in months. Just everybody posting
was
that
making
black
fun
and
of
white.
it, right?
Yeah, they were like making fun of Chris Pratt. Then Chris Pratt also got cast in Garfield. And then Chris Pratt was like, I'm actually sad that nobody likes this. But you know what? I don't hate it. I actually, like I said, I kind of wish we could hear a little more of Mario. Like we heard a lot of Bowser, but like Mario had like 2 sentences and it was also kind of drowned out by the music a little bit.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, I can't tell if he's going to be annoying without like at least 3 lines of dialogue.
Yeah, yeah. Also, people are trying to figure out like, so the movie, well, we see Mario, he shows up. That's presumably his first time in the Mushroom Kingdom, right? He seems like confused. Where am I? And I was like trying to like figure out the lore for the Mario series because I'm like, because okay, we see Yoshi's Island. Wait, hold on. Is Baby Mario when he was a baby, or is he separate entirely, like Mario's baby?
I know
There's
nothing
serious.
of Mario lore and canon.
Well,
So I had to do a little bit of research because I made a TikTok video where I said, actually, I believe that quiet quitting is a big problem now because it seems like Chris Pratt is just quiet quitting his acting career in front of everybody. And then someone commented something like, I get where they're going with it, like, you know, with he's trying to do like the Brooklyn accent. And I said, I don't know, it just felt uninspired. And some guy got in my comments and said, Mario and Luigi are from Brooklyn. And I was like, no, they're from the inside of a computer. And so I had to Google, like, to validate myself, I Googled, like, is Mario from Brooklyn? And then this is a contentious issue because of course it is. And people were like, well, that was the lore, like, starting off, but then the lore sort of, like, changed as they continued making them. And now, canonically, Mario is from New Donk City, which is related to Yoshi's Island. So if Mario grew up in New Donk City, but he, like, had his adventure with Yoshi, but also that they're just, like, actors in a big stage play, and that none of it really matters. And it's a game where you jump on people's...
Yeah.
You jump on people's heads and eat psychedelic mushrooms and have a fun time. So, like, what does any of this matter?
I mean, see, the angle I was coming at it is like, okay, the first game Mario was ever in was Donkey Kong, right? Very obviously not, you know, the Mushroom Kingdom, but like somehow he ends up there, right? He has to, but he has. I think he was born in the Mushroom Kingdom, and he was transported out to New Donk City, where he palled around with Luigi and Donkey Kong. And then whatever this movie is, that's him showing up in the Mushroom Kingdom again, I guess. And that's why in Mario Odyssey, all the other human beings in New Donk City don't look like him because he wasn't born there.
in
That's
the
just a game
games,
theory.
why would he be from Brooklyn? He has powers. Like, and he seems to be pretty adept at using them from the first chapter. That doesn't make any sense. They're not from Brooklyn.
Well,
You haven't been
he
to
gets the
Brooklyn
powers
lately because I saw a guy the other day throwing fireballs with his fists and jumping 20 feet in the air when I was hanging out the other day.
That's a
I'll clear this.
cosplayer.
I'll clear this whole mess up. If
Okay.
Mario was really from Brooklyn, he'd have a podcast by now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sirancha,
or
do you guys live in
craft
Brooklyn?
beer brand. Yeah, we do.
Okay, well, there you go. Joke makes sense.
There we go.
He'd be a leftist. He'd be
Yeah.
a union plumber. He'd be making TikToks about social justice.
And Peach would be on
Lifting.
Red Scare.
Yeah.
Anywho, so reception to this is actually seems pretty positive. I think because everybody had very low hopes and expectations, and they
looks
just
good.
sort of walked right over that very low hurdle to pass. And it's
Yeah, I
just
mean,
like,
it was
okay.
inoffensive. It wasn't like awful or funny. Like, it wasn't bad in a funny way like the first Sonic trailer was.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, this is like in the Sonic movie. Remember the first one when he's in Mobius and like he's running and stuff, and it's like, oh, this actually looks kind of cool. And then it's like, oh, that was it. Just 10 minutes at the beginning of the movie, if that.
And then he makes friends with a cop and they drive around all movie, and that's it.
I wonder if that's going to happen in this movie.
I made that prediction, and I don't know if I hold to that anymore. Although my prediction also that Chris Pratt was just going to do like a normal Chris Pratt voice was pretty much spot on. He did like a little of an accent, but like, man.
I mean, you can't do, if you're a celebrity as big as Chris Pratt, you can't do an Italian accent unless you're really, really good at it, which he does not seem like he'd be.
He just has like such a distinctive voice, and it just sounds like he's putting no effort into it. And I feel like, again, Jack Black is giving it his all because that's all that Jack Black has to give. And I'm sure that like Charlie Day is probably giving it his all because like Charlie Day is like, while maybe not being like a great actor, he is like a very energetic person. And I just feel like did y'all see, I don't know how much y'all saw. I watched the Nintendo Direct, and like beforehand they like introduced it, and they introduced Chris Pratt, and he talked about it, and he's like, yeah, I grew up playing Mario. I never stopped playing Mario. I was always jumping on those Koopas. And it's like, did you have to think of, you were in the movie, you had to remember the word Koopa?
Yeah, wait, what is did the dialogue not include that multiple times?
I guess.
Yeah, I saw that, and it's like, I don't know, like you said, Chris Pratt, he does have a distinctive voice, but at the same time, it's also very generic too, you know?
Yeah,
it's like
I was going to say,
distinctively generic, yes.
I would describe his voice as very generic, just like if he wasn't famous, I would not be able to place his voice anywhere.
Right.
Like, I remember, when the Lego movie came out, it was like, oh, cool, the guy from Parks and Recreation is in the Lego movie. And then now it's like, yeah, he's in everything.
He's in everything. Honestly, and again, I said this, I think I said this, I don't know if I said this, say that I said this.
Sure.
Is that, like, Ben Schwartz did a good job with Sonic, like, 100%. I think that, like, probably maybe some of the best parts of the Sonic movie were like some of the voice acting. Sonic's voice and Tails' voice. Knuckles, I'm sort of back and forth on. I don't know. I didn't love it.
You called this baseball?
Maybe Ben Schwartz should also do Mario. Like, I think he's actually, I think, good at it. So should we just...
Yeah. That's a good punishment. I say let's go with that. It's not too late. The movie's not out yet. We could barely even hear what Mario said. So let's just get Ben Schwartz in there. He clearly knows what he's doing.
Right.
And imagine...
They could redo the Sonic movie that fast. They could definitely add a part.
Exactly.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Let's talk about let's talk about more cartoon news here real quick. Apparently,
Good.
Velma from Scooby-Doo is a lesbian. According to
My dad texted me that this morning, so it's gotten to the boomers. I assume Tucker Carlson had a segment about it or something.
Tucker Carlson, I believe, is having Kanye on his show tonight.
I saw.
Oh, great. Yeah,
Yeah.
good.
Oh, that was a thing we could have talked about on this show. Kanye wore a shirt that said "White Lives Matter." Punishment is no, we don't, and we're all gonna kill ourselves.
Yeah, group
There we go.
suicide.
We'll show you.
Done and done. So, I mean, I don't know. Velma, I don't know. It says, I guess that. So I didn't know that James Gunn. He directed the original Scooby-Doo like live action movies. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while, so I couldn't verify it. But
oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I never did watch them. I never was really big on Scooby-Doo, to be honest. It was one of those things where whenever it would come on TV, that theme song like Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? I get that off. I couldn't stand it.
I agree.
And
Yeah.
and like that terrible laugh track too.
Or how much of the animation they reused.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one thing though I was like thinking about recently, like Scooby-Doo is like the rare IP that has remained popular with kids of multiple generations for like 50 years now, you know? Like
Right.
Scooby-Doo came out in the 60s or 70s or something, and like you know, they released a new movie like last year or the year before that or something.
Oh yeah.
And
kids still like Scooby-Doo?
I guess so, yeah. It seems like, I mean, they're still
Wow.
putting out Scooby-Doo cartoons, and they're still, you know, it's just weird because it's also like the way the characters are all like dressed and look and stuff. They're all like very much like caricatures of like 1970s stereotypes, like Shaggy and the Stoner and like Fred and everybody. Even like the way Velma's dressed feels like very like I don't know, mod or something.
Well,
But-
yeah, Fred's wearing a fucking ascot, and like, yeah, no, they are still like, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess
I don't know. Velma always struck me as kind of fruity. This seems canon compliant.
yeah. And I guess the
sure.
reason I brought up the James Gunn thing is I guess he tried to make her gay in the original movies he did back like 20 years ago, I guess. Though I guess like I don't know. She dated Shaggy at some point. Maybe she's bi. I don't know. But either way, she seems to have a crush on
Either
a
way,
lady.
keep it away from my children.
Yeah, for real. This is what
You're
they're
gonna
trying
get
to do.
it.
Trying to teach kids it's safe to just go on a mystery. Come on now.
A mystery with your sexuality.
Yeah. We're not gonna take the mask off that culprit.
Zoink, Scoob! It's the Kinsey scale.
I'm having the gay thoughts again, Scoop.
Oh, I just had a bad thought.
Say it.
No, you know-
Say it now.
Go ahead. Yeah, you have
Okay,
to.
well, do you think that Daphne and Scooby ever hooked up? You know,
Man.
white ladies and dogs.
I'm done with this podcast.
You made me say it. I thought about it and I was like, I don't even know if I want to fucking say it. It's like so repulsive.
Yeah. Well, my mind didn't make that up, so.
Well, you
that
know
was
what?
white too, right?
That's where
Yeah.
things are heading. This is a slippery slope.
Although
today,
I think that there's
Velma
like
has a crush on a girl. Tomorrow, they're all fucking dogs.
I knew that
Dogs specifically, just Scooby.
I knew
He can
that
talk.
Grover
Come on, it's
Norquist
fine.
was
He
right.
can
Is that a
say
guy?
kind
Grover
of.
Norquist?
What was that, Grant?
No, forget it. So yeah, what's the? Because aren't they doing another live action Scooby Doo? And isn't like Glenn Howerton in it? And aren't they making
What?
Velma like Hispanic? Isn't that a thing that's happening soon?
I don't know, but should I be angry about it? This is the first time I'm hearing it.
How mad should I be?
I think because they swapped the race of some of the characters, people are mad. Because of course.
Oh, I think
That's
it was
the world we live in.
Okay, so Mindy Kaling is doing a Velma TV series, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right then. I don't think I'll be watching that, but that's fine.
Whatever.
Anywho, yeah, the punishment is they all get to fuck Scooby. Let's move on. Let's do one more story here. Grant, should we talk about Elon Musk or should we talk about that there's a new M&M?
I didn't read anything about the new M&M, and also I didn't read anything about Elon Musk, but I do know, I think that they're forcing him to buy Twitter. And I know last time we talked about this, we had said, hopefully this is the last we'll hear about Elon Musk in the Twitter saga, but it's continuing on. I think that they're forcing him to, because they like a judge like subpoenaed his texts, and he said that like the things that he was saying about the bots were like bullshit, that he was like, oh yeah, no, I'm just saying that just to try and get out of the deal, hope it works. And I think that it's not working, and I think that they're enforcing it in court that he does have to buy it.
Good. Hope he eats shit. Hope he eats absolute shit on that whole deal. That's funny. Glad he shot his mouth off. Good luck saving the free speech with that $1 billion sync with that $1 billion user base that's entirely mentally ill. Every single person that's on it, present company very much included.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we talk about the M&M? I'm actually looking at it right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Whatever. I don't care. Kevin, tell us about the M&M.
So she's purple. And yes, I said she. Problem, Grant?
No, I don't.
You don't have a problem that the new M&M's a girl? Okay, fine.
I don't eat M&M's. And candy also isn't people.
Purple joins the company's other characters, red, yellow, green, brown, orange, and blue. I thought they had names. I guess they're just colors?
No, their names are the colors.
I think their names are the colors, yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that trying to, like, they're trying to teach inclusivity, but it's like black, white, brown, bright, like you're just, you're just the color of your skin. I don't know. So I guess that the, let me see, there's a little video here on Instagram.
This M&M looks fat.
Well, maybe that's the point. I don't know. So I just sent you guys a quick video. Actually, you know what? So meet our newest member. Oh, it's just a 3-second thing. I don't understand why people are mad, because like the article I clicked on was like people are, they're mad that it's woke. I'm not even kidding.
Why is it woke? I don't get it.
I am trying to figure it out, and I am like struggling to find.
Is it just because of other M&Ms? Is it because she's wearing like boots instead of heels? Or is it because they're trying to fill out the rest of the colors of the rainbow so that it's like the flag? Is that it?
I don't know. She's I don't know, man. This is actually kind of crazy. I don't understand. She just
purple. I don't understand what this has anything to do with inclusivity of any kind.
Sorry, that was fucking loud. You guys probably hear that from my headphones. Okay, so all I know is she just dancing, and she just says like, "I'm just gonna be me." Okay, and then people are it says people are claiming that they're shoving their politics down people's throats.
I don't understand what this has to do with any politics.
Hold on, I have an article up here. It says OAN host enraged that M&M has added a transgender purple candy to their cast, but I don't know if if the M&M's transgender.
Oh, the M&M is trans? How do we know that?
I don't see anything like that here.
Is purple? I just found it on Google. I just typed purple M&M, and that was one of the first things to pop up. Is purple like the trans color? Because I know bisexual lighting color is pink, purple, blue. Is purple have some sort of significance that we don't know? Because I don't think that they're saying that it's specifically.
I feel like I'm having a stroke. It's like I feel like I'm having a dream.
Yeah, no, I'm so deep in another article trying to figure this out.
Like all the people are like, it's candy, people. Come on. It doesn't have to be political.
If you're wondering if the newest addition to the M&M crew was forgiving, rest assured she is. When asked, do you believe in second chances, she responded, yes, and third, fourth, and fifth ones too. What the fuck? What is this M&M?
There's a quote here in the article. It says, I don't eat candy with a far-left communist agenda. I don't know where they're finding any of this stuff.
I'm reading, this is the publication LGBTQ Nation, and I was scrolling through this article, and it says, now conservatives are worried that the M&M is transgender. So I'm guessing based on that verbiage that nobody has said that it's a transgender M&M, but that I also feel like I'm having a stroke right now.
I think this is made up. I think this is just one person tweeted something stupid
I don't know.
And now people are disseminating it because that's what news is now, is one person tweeting something dumb.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand at all. I think it's because, like, okay, maybe they're saying because, like, you know, she's like, it's like, I'm just going to be myself. I'm just going to be me. And they just assume that means something they don't agree with. Maybe she's saying like, oh, I'm conservative. I'm just going to be myself. I'm not afraid to be conservative, right?
Yeah, think about that.
Here's another
really
quote.
Don't.
It says, Purple is open about her occasional discomfort in the spotlight. Quote, you might say I'm awkward, and hey, I would agree, she croons. She's pretty awkward, the chorus chimes in. I think even worse than her having some sort of nefarious leftist agenda is that she sounds pretty basic.
Yeah, like awkward. Oh, I'm so awkward. Oh my god, I'm awkward. Like fucking kill
I bet she
this
also
candy,
says that just happened and I did a thing.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually on the side of these guys here. This is total far left communist propaganda, and it's candy. Okay, does candy have to be awkward?
Yeah.
Isn't the orange M&M already awkward? Do we need two awkward M&Ms?
I thought it was anxious. I don't know if he's awkward. I think
guess
he's
that's
anxious.
kind of awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, it's both, I think.
You can do like a Venn diagram.
Yeah.
No, he's just worried all the time. I mean, worry can be awkward, but that's more of a horse pulling the cart than the cart pulling the horse, you know?
Anyway. Well,
do you think that Eminem's just like paid someone at OAN to be like, hey, if you guys talk about our candy on your show and say that it's transgender, we'll pay you a lot of money?
Yeah, I have no doubt in the world that happened.
I would absolutely do that. If I was, I should work in the marketing department of these companies. Just be like, hey, just advertise on Fox News and say that it's woke. You'll be in the news for like a week.
Does anybody feel bad for the Republicans, though? Like, I feel like they do
feel
need their
bad
own candy. Like, they're kind of being pushed out of the, candy industry.
Is there a Republican candy? Is that like Baby Ruth? I feel like Baby Ruth is like
stupid, like Charleston Chew.
Well, no, they need their own M&M.
Attached to something like Nilla wafers.
Yeah, maybe
they need
like,
candy with like personality, but it's candy that's like racist,
like the mascot,
homophobic.
Yeah,
that's it. They come up with their own M&Ms called something else, and like one is racist, one is homophobic, one is xenophobic. Like
M&Ms,
they're all a different kind of bigot. Yeah.
Maybe they could buy Skittles and do that. It's
I don't see why not.
The whole thing when people are like, oh, you guys keep putting diversity in your movies, but have you ever heard of diversity of thought? And here's my diversity of thought. I'm a Nazi. And it's like, so they, awkward. Yeah, maybe they do that with.
Nazis are so awkward, dude.
I'm doing the turtle thing.
Oh, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtle. Yeah. We all know and love the awkward turtle.
Let's move on to our key to the city. Something nice, something swell. A chaser after all that politics garbage. My key to the city to Neo Chicago this week goes to Joel Haver. the YouTuber Joel Haver. And yes, this is the second time I'm giving him a key to the city on the show.
What?
So sue me. Well, guess what? I'm giving it to him because SNL stole one of his comedy sketch ideas. Can you believe it? SNL stealing a joke? Never heard of that before.
How dare
Tell
they?
me more. Well, it was the like Charmin bear.
Yeah, he had this like I mentioned, like he does these really specific, like they didn't steal the art style, but his videos have a very specific look to them. But he did this video where it was about the family of Charmin bears. They're, the blue bears. They talk about wiping their butt. And then like it's a mom and dad and the son says he wants to go to college for dance. And the dad's like, no, we only wipe our butts in this house. It's what we do. We're Charmin bears. And then SNL did a sketch this past Saturday where all the characters dressed up in big blue Charmin bear costumes. And there's a mom, a dad, and the son. And the son says he wants to go to college and study dance. And the dad says, no, we wipe our butts in this family. It's like
classic.
Like what were they thinking? Like I understand like he put out a video like a response video that was actually pretty thoughtful because he did comment where he's like, parallel thinking does happen. Sometimes people may see something, they have a similar idea, but he's like, I don't know how this could happen, but instead of complaining about it, he decided to like shine light on a bunch of other like small creators that he's known for a long time. Because he knows people are going to be watching his videos like, ooh, I can't wait to see what he says. Because that's what I was doing. I'm like, I can't wait to see him dig in. And yeah, he decided to use his platform of controversy to promote some other people making some other cool stuff. So Joel
Haver, he's got that roach in his mouth and he's doing the meme, the good guide, whatever.
He's got a hat on, I guess. I don't know.
No,
Good
that's
guy,
Scumbag
Greg.
Steve. That's the opposite.
Oh, yeah,
of
no.
Scumbag Greg. Yeah.
So fucking stupid.
He's just smiling. It's the bald guy.
Yeah.
Cut that, Zwick. Cut that out of the episode. God damn it.
Embarrassing.
Oh, man. Anyway, Srirancha, what's your key to the city?
My key to the city this week is twitter.com for locking me out of my own account on every platform except for my phone. I can now no longer access my twitter.com account ever again on any platform except for this cell phone right here. Because I fucked up entering the password so many times and the email is associated with an account that no longer exists. So I can never get the recovery email again. So the only device that it's logged onto is my phone, and it's been great. It's been the best 2 weeks ever. I check Twitter never. I feel awesome. I feel good. I just don't sit around and doom scroll all fucking day at work anymore. It's great. Thank you, Twitter, for freeing me from these shackles of just constant information.
Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad, actually.
Yeah.
Kevin, you can just delete Twitter if you want.
Yeah, but then what would I be talking about on the show if not for like political?
I can't though. I'm fucked in the brain. Like I can't knock it from my phone. Like cut the last cord because I'm still addicted to it.
Well, it's good. You gotta be addicted to something.
I guess so.
I guess.
Grant, what do you got
that
for
or
us?
fentanyl?
That or heroin. I was gonna say.
Yeah. My key to the city this week goes to my favorite band, Fentanyl. No, my favorite band, the Mars Volta.
Yeah, they got a new album out now, right?
Yeah, they put out a new album pretty recently, a couple weeks ago. It's good. I like it. And also there's this interview with them that's on Apple Music. I'll throw a link in the chat. That's meaningless for anybody listening at home. But if you're listening at home, there's this hour-long interview that, of course, I listen to all of on Apple Music. It's like this DJ Zane Lowe, and he's interviewing them about because about 10 years ago they broke up and stuff like that, and then they started making music again. Yeah,
when's the last time an album came out?
2012 or 2013. It's been 10 years. And it's cool. I think that a lot of not only just like their music has been very influential to me, but I remember like watching just like tons of like their interviews and stuff like that when I was in high school and college and stuff like that. And I feel like that was very formative for me. And so like coming back to it like 10 years later and like hearing them talk again and stuff like that was like illuminating in the concept of like how like artists age and stuff like that, and like how you can do it in a way that feels like not like you're trying to grasp onto the old days sort of thing, but that you're trying to like age in your own sort of like your own way and your own sort of right and stuff like that, and how like they were like coming back to like the very simple ideas of like why they started making music and like who's important to them and stuff like that. And it was just like good to hear and good to listen to. And I feel like there's a lot of like importance in a lot of stuff that they were talking about in this interview. So if that feels like it's worth checking out, then I guess check that out. And
worth
if not, then it's at least worth that. And then also check out the new album if that's something that people are into.
What's it called?
Not. It's just called The Mars Volta. They self-titled the newest album.
Ooh, fancy.
Cool.
So,
well, let's move on to this week's educational portion of the show. Our Thought Cops word of the week. This week's Thought Cops word of the week is greenwashing. It's when you have false claims that your company or product are environmentally friendly. When you slap a label on something that says it's healthy for the environment, turns out it's filled with microplastics.
That's everything at this point. We're all fucked.
Really. We're so fucked.
Before we do get to our final segment of the show, which is our listener voicemails, Srirancha, if you could go ahead and plug everything you got, your Twitter you're not allowed into, your podcast, all that good stuff.
Yeah, the best way to get in contact with me is Instagram.com/Sirancho, SIERRANCHO. You can find me on Twitter.com at delete your account, the number 1. I'm never tweeting again, maybe not. And you can see me every week on the Loudest Podcast on the internet. It's on YouTube, Apple, Samsung, whatever the other one is for people on the Google Play Store. Loudestpodcast.com.
Listen on your Samsung fridge.
Yeah, you listen on your ThinkPad or whatever those ones they gave you in high school.
Yeah, Grant and I have been on those shows multiple times, so we can recommend it. And hey, check out our episodes.
Yeah, good stuff all around.
Yeah, check out the Metaverse episode.
Please. Yeah, where we all stood on top of each other.
Oh, God. We'll include links to all that stuff in the episode description. So scroll on down and check that out. Let's get to some listener voicemails. If you guys want to leave us a voicemail of your own, give us a call. Our number is 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. Hit it.
All right. I just want to say before we start the voicemails, should I save best for last or should I start with best?
Surprise me.
Maybe. Yeah.
All right. Here's a voicemail from Nico.
Okay.
To Zwick, because he sent me this picture that was like, with Ben Shapiro and Gerard Way and My Chemical Romance had a baby and what it would look like. And I hate that Benrard Wapiro is kind of a baddie. So punishment is Zwick needs to have permanent Juggalo face paint tattooed on him.
No, because I'll never look at him again, and we have to work with him. So
hey, he might like that, actually.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Doesn't he have his own name tattooed on his penis or something?
Something like that.
Something absurd like that. Yeah. Has anybody done that before? Like gotten like the Juggalo makeup like tattooed on their face?
Oh God, I'm sure one person has, and that's horrifying to think about.
Yeah, to think about that.
It does exist. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, hi. My name is Leonard. I'm calling in to participate or perhaps get the role of Super Mario in the Mario World movie. I noticed that you guys weren't asking for Italian actors, so I thought I'd put on my best Mario impression and see if maybe perhaps I can get a role in this upcoming movie. Consider this kind of my demo reel, guys, but this is my best Mario impression I can put on to go ahead and land this part in this movie. So I've got some Mario quotes lined up here. What do you think of my impression? Game over. Thank you so much for playing me my game.
That's pretty good.
Mario time. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much for everyone who made this a moment possible. The Princessa, Peach, my right-hand man, Luigi, and the best advisor in the business, Toad. Ooh. Ah, Luigi, you saved Mario. Way to go. Number 1. Anyways, guys, I really hope this impressed you. I'm really looking forward to getting into the business. This would be a great opportunity for me, and I really think we can sell this Mario movie if you give me the chance for the part. I know I can do better than Chris Pratt, guys. Thank you so much for your consideration.
That's true. That was better than Chris Pratt.
That was way better.
And get back to me as soon as possible.
Well,
all right.
I would say thank you for sending that to us. Maybe send it to Hollywood next because you're ready. I think you're ready. You're Hollywood ready. You got the part, in my opinion. I can't cast
you guys get hired for the Thoughts Cops dub. Maybe you could throw that guy a bone.
Yeah, he'll get thrown a bone, definitely. Sounds like a guy that might be our nemesis, but yeah, I don't know. Let's move on to another one here.
Hey, Thought Cops. Long time no voicemail. I've got an internet crime that I'm really upset about. It's whenever I'm watching a YouTube video and then suddenly the YouTuber goes, I would do X or say this, but I don't want to get demonetized. It's like nobody asked you. Like you could have just gone without not doing the thing you said you weren't going to do and not mention that you wanted to not get demonetized. It's really annoying. Do something about it. Okay, bye.
Oh, thank you. We will. You know, I know this is like a really shitty take to have, and I don't fully believe this, but whenever I hear YouTubers complain about demonetization, it's like, bro, you get money from YouTube videos. Like, why don't you count your blessings? I know that people want to make a living off of that. I know that's wrong, but that's just my knee-jerk reaction when I hear that stuff. It's just like, if you were able to make money off of YouTube in 2022, I think you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care about demonetization either.
But I know what he's saying too. When like these guys always have to like, you know, have this sort of coy remark like, well, I want to say this, but I'm not going to, but I'm going to dance around it. It's like, okay, cool, man. That's badass. You almost got you almost didn't make money from your video. Just say it.
I get it from a couple different points of view because I do follow a lot of like independent media channels on YouTube, and they will sometimes say like, hey, we want to talk about like the topic of abortion, but every time we bring up anytime we say the word, like we get demonetized or something like that. So either we have to talk around things like, you know, like we're talking to a room full of children about like sensitive subjects sort of thing, or, you know what, we'll just like take the hit sort of thing. And I know that was like, that's been a big criticism of, you know, the cancel culture people is like, yeah, it happens to everyone. Like a lot of us talk about things that are controversial and we all face some level of demonetization. And like, just because you talk about something and like they take down your video, that you're not getting canceled. It's that like, this is just how the fucking system works and it sucks. But like, we all have to operate in it, and either you can grow up and fucking deal with it, or you can, you know, act like a baby. So,
or you can go get a real job.
Yeah, or you can go get a real job.
Like work at a gas station. Quit complaining about your little videos.
Yeah.
Let's hit the next voicemail.
All right. I'm going to play this one.
Hey, Thought Cops. This is Still Protects. Just wondering what your guys' favorite non-Trump episode of Family Guy is.
Shit.
But I do want to know, what Sirius' favorite American Dad episode is.
Sirius isn't on this episode, Dilbert.
I can tell you what my favorite episode
You want to cover that?
Family Guy is. Well, I don't watch American Dad, but I've been watching Family Guy. And I did like the one where Stewie becomes Brian's personal trainer. I think it was like in the most recent season. It was one of the most recent ones. And he's got that other, I guess Stewie is like canonically gay now. He's got that rival at his preschool that turns out to be an even bigger douche than he is. I thought that was good.
Yeah, Stewie is canonically a big gay baby now, so good on him. Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the episodes. Like, I would say for sure, if I had to pick one that I maybe liked somewhat, it would definitely come from like the first few seasons.
I forgot about the question that he asked.
Favorite Family Guy episode.
Probably, I agree with that. The first few seasons before it got canceled when we all wanted it back.
Oh, when you wish upon a Weinstein.
Is that an early episode?
It was the one that was, Fox said it was too anti-Semitic and they wouldn't air it. So when Adult Swim would play reruns of Family Guy, they were allowed to play that episode. So that was like, everybody was so psyched because Family Guy was canceled. But this is the one time you get a new episode. And it's the episode that was called When You Wish Upon a Weinstein. That one's all right. I'm looking at some of the other ones here. It's kind of, I haven't watched the old ones in a long time, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Look who's too good for 2022 Family Guy.
Yeah, guilty.
Yeah, I'm also guilty of that. I don't know if I have a favorite. I really can't remember a single episode off the top of my head. So,
what about that episode when they sing that song like, I know this house is freaking sweet?
I don't know.
They get like they live in a
do all
mansion.
blur together.
Yeah, I mean they kind of do. You know, it's not about the plot. It's about the segues.
I watched Family Guy for the plot. I can start this last voicemail if everybody's ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ready, spaghetti. All right, here we go.
Oh, wow.
This is the Discord news for this week. Bringing you all the news worth reporting from the virtual streets of Neo Chicago.
Hey, Peter Griffin here. No Discord news today. Welcome to the original 2 minutes of hate. You know what really grinds my gears? Saturday Night Live. I actually turned in to watch the premiere episode, not expecting Jake Novak, but just a joke at his expense. But no, they decided to just ignore it and do one of the worst episodes I have ever seen. This was even worse than the time I hosted Saturday Night Live.
Marcelo Hernandez, Molly Kearney, Michael Longfellow.
Wow.
Devin Walker.
And musical guest, The Weeknd.
Peter Griffin.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Holy crap, Lois, I'm hosting Saturday Night Live. Thank you. I'm happy to be hosting Saturday Night Live. You guys, chuckle it. Everything done here.
Yeah!
You know, it seems to be that all you see is violence in movies and sex on TV.
But where are those good old family values?
I'm so sick of this shit.
Oh no, Garfield!
I'm going to finish what I started.
Ryan, look out! No, Ryan!
This is insane.
How long is this voicemail?
Oh my god.
My body hurts. Much like Family Guy, this voicemail is overstated as well.
Holy fuck. I'm coming. Lois.
Not so fast. Hey, Kevin and Grant. I have 2 questions. Grant, what is your book about? And Kevin, what was the strangest dream you ever had? And Srirancha, you are great and really funny, but can you please let Asterios talk about wrestling for 1 episode? This year has been the craziest year in professional wrestling history, and I would like it if Asterios gets to talk about it for 1 episode. Also, what is your favorite Family Guy joke?
Is it over?
That was a very high quality voicemail. Thanks to that guy. Thank you, Garfield.
That was fucking amazing. I haven't laughed that hard in a long time, and that was the best voicemail we've ever got. The bar has now been raised very high. I want to see everybody hit that next time, every single week. Wow.
That was like 2 solid minutes of sound effects.
Well, just like an episode, it was like a chicken fight, you know?
Yeah, it was good. It was coordinated.
I mean, that was like next level leaving a voicemail.
Kevin, what's the weirdest dream you've ever had?
I like that he's like, he just didn't know what to ask me. He's like, what's the weirdest dream you had?
Also, what is your favorite Family Guy joke?
Right.
Actually, the weirdest dream I ever had, one time when I was in 3rd grade, I had a dream that I got molested by Polyworld.
By what?
Like,
what?
Well, I was like, all my friends were playing hide and seek in a forest, and like Polyworld was looking for, the Pokemon Polyworld.
Yeah.
And then he like grabs me by my penis and just pulls me out of the bush, and I'm like, oh! And it hurt so bad, and I woke up. Anyway, that's my weirdest dream. But you're sorry you asked.
Yeah.
Grant, how's that book coming along?
It's good. He asked, "What's it about?"
Yeah.
I guess I can sort of talk about it a little. It's maybe about halfway to 2/3 of the way done. I printed off a copy of it. It's 73 pages long and about 20,000 words so far. So,
nice.
Pretty far into it. It's the concept of it's from the point of view of a guy that's telling you that he's invisible, and you can either take him at his word for it, or you can assume that he's lying, but that it's all the ups and downs of a person that believes themselves to be so. And so it's different from other types of like the Invisible Man, where he turns like translucent. It's just like, no, a guy that really thinks that he is invisible. It's sort of like if you don't look, I'm invisible sort of thing. But, the tellings of a guy that believes that of himself, and what types of stuff he would get into based on that premise. So it's coming along.
Nice.
Cool. Neat.
And favorite Family Guy joke?
There's so like...
there's so
is
many.
it like more of a one-liner thing? Because I feel like I quote Family Guy nonstop. I mean, there's so many good. This really grinds my gears, and there's the whole. There's a character whose entire premise is that he's a pedophile. That's, I guess, funny. Or the evil monkey in the closet. How could we all forget?
So random.
Yeah, I was gonna go peanut butter jelly time. Classic.
That is a good one.
Just like the internet video. I remember how revolutionary that was at the time. It's like, that's just like on the computer, but it's on TV, and it's Brian.
Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done. I gotta run.
Oh, my God. I would say my favorite joke was, I don't know, this one popped in my head right away. And it's the one that I actually think is kind of funny, like legitimately. It was, of course, a classic Family Guy cutaway moment where he says something, it's like an early episode. He's like, oh, this is worse than that time I got involved with that bad group of guys, like that bad gang or something. And then it cuts back to like I guess there's like this commercial from the 80s called the Cavity Patrol, and he was like dressed up in this like big like, you know, they were like, we make holes in teeth, we make holes in teeth. And they were just like these like little like cavity monsters, and one of them is just like Peter in a costume with his face poking out of the hole. I like it because it's random.
I like the I think it's the Trump guy one, but where they're like, oh, that's like when they accidentally mic'd up Johnny Depp's bracelets in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and you just hear, oh, and it's just like jingle, 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 jingle. That's
I was debating saying that too.
Yeah, that's the one that sticks out the most for me right now.
Yeah. Well, amazing voicemail. Thank you for that. Amazing voicemails all around. I don't mean to just you know, say that one was good, because hell, nobody left voicemails the last 2 weeks. So I just want to make sure everybody feels.
Can't play favorites.
Yeah, I want to make sure everybody feels motivated.
That definitely was the favorite, but we're pretending
of course
it's not.
It was.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
But next week, how about they're all like that, and we don't even do the show. We just listen to that the whole time.
Honestly,
I wouldn't
down.
complain. I would not complain. If that inspired you, give us a call. Our phone number is 312-788-7361. Or you can always send us an audio file to thoughtcopspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to support the show, get a backlog of bonus content, head on over to patreon.com/thoughtcops. I want to give a shout out to one of our oldest patrons this week, Kevin Thomas Shane, who has been a patron since April of 2020. Thank you. A nice name. We're also going to be changing around some of the Patreon stuff, I think, soonish. So keep an eye out. We're going to have an update. We're just talking some stuff over. Mulling over
shop.
Yeah, we're talking shop. We'll do that off mic, but keep an eye out for updates on that. Patreon.com/thoughtcops. It helps us out a lot. You know, it gives the show the gas it needs to drive, basically.
Yeah.
Srirancha, thank you for coming back on the show. Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
thanks for having me.
Thanks for
coming. And thanks
on.
everybody for listening. We'll see you next time.
See you, Space Scout.
Bye.